you think would be the presidential candidate if Linda Mwananchi were to be a political party?
Presidential candidate in Linda Mwananchi or the...
Linda Mwananchi.
I would say it's Sifuna.
Okay.
Yes.
And number two.
Yes.
Who is the current leader of Linda Mwananchi?
Several. We have Sifuna, we have Babu, and we have Orengo.
They have to be a leader.
Are you talking about the most popular of them? Okay. Sifuna. Yes.
Do you think Sifuna has the resources to do the rallies they are doing? Definitely, as Opio had put it,
yes,
he's sponsored. Do you think there is a person in this country,
right,
who would look for somebody, probably from another community, put billions on him, make him president? How will he control him after he becomes president?
I would say
that is the question.
I would say it's very impossible to control a president once he's president.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you think there is anybody who is so rich in Kenya and is so unintelligent to do that?
No.
So I can tell you here now, keep it on record, Edwin Sifuna will not be a presidential candidate. And if he ever be, it will only for the singular reason that somebody wants somebody to be number one in the race and another number two, so he goes with the good people. But
or we go for a runoff.
Yes, Edwin Sifuna is currently only being used to whip the Luya into one group, homogeneous, supporting one person. Then in the end,
deliver those votes.
They deliver those votes to the correct place where the sponsor wants them to be.
Okay.
The people of low intellect use emotions more than they use intellect.
Yes.
The intelligent people at the top use intellect more. That is why if you come with emotional issues in this country, you will win more people. Because only the very intelligent people you can use logic on them and rational reasoning. All these others. That is why you see the closest animals to the human beings are the apes.
Yes. The monkeys.
And when they want to go to war, they mobilize through war, and they are at war. So that is how they mobilize each other. Again, when people are too many, their average IQ goes down.
Okay.
And that is why even when we're in campus and in school, most of the funny, dirty things we do by mobilizing through war.
Hard mentality.
Yes, hard mentality. So that is the problem we have. So now in this country, if you sell to people hate, they may follow you more than if you sell to them development. First of all, you identify for them who is the enemy. And you prepare to fight that enemy.
The boogeyman.
Real or imaginary?
Real or imaginary. Like Satan is imaginary, whether it is in any religion. We can prove the existence of Jesus and those other things, but Satan you can't improve.
You can't prove. We just blame him for our wrongdoings.
And every organization that wants to mobilize people to follow it must have an object of hate. Even in politics. Every political formation must have a person they bus. That even if you are woken up, you are sleeping in the crowd. Now pay a microphone. Oh, Fulani, now it's your time to speak. Then you remember you start with the boogeyman.
So that is the fulcrum of our politics.
Not just politics. Anywhere where I want to move people to.
But in that case, if you look at somebody like Gigi Kagombe and the switch he made and the move he made, and there was a point even that Moses Kuria mentioned, and he said that those people, the legislators from Mlima who were in that Naivasha meeting, now they've come back, they have a very big bag, and they will go to the other side and they will be given nominations. Is it the same reference we are saying that we do not know how to analyze our politicians? Now today they are singing a two-term. Then they look and realize emotions and hatred of people is going to make them lose their seat. So now they have to sing one term in order to retain their seat.
We have only spoken about the boogeyman. We haven't talked about the Messiah. The one who leads people into war against the boogeyman.
Against the boogeyman, yeah. So a self-appointed, actually, not even a...
So you see, this thing is a three-pillar thing. The object of hate, the boogeyman, the Messiah who leads you to war against the boogeyman, and what the hope you want to achieve after you have defeated the boogeyman.
There was tension. Did you witness? Were you there? Did you see it on the news? What do you think about what happened yesterday?
I think the whole thing, when you want to commentate about it, is not really about what we saw yesterday. We have to dig from when it all began.
Okay.
how it then reached Homa Bay, and even the post-Homa Bay. That is when you get the clear picture of what is happening.
Yes.
Number one thing that I know many people have not even noticed, the battle in Homa Bay and the battle for Homa Bay that was yesterday had nothing to do with national politics. The battle of Homa Bay was the battle for control of Luoland. The battle in Homa Bay was the battle between Babu Owino and Gladys Wanga. Nobody else. The rest were proxies helping in the war.
Come again. And it was a battle between who and who again?
Babu Owino and Gladys Wanga.
But Babu is an MP
for regional supremacy or exactly
regional supremacy. Do you think if Babu were to become anything, it would be, where would be his place? Luoland. Just like Laira was MP for Langata. But Luoland was his kingdom.
Okay.
The fight there, I don't know if you ever got the goal that was to get into Homa Bay. Did you see how Babu Owino fought to get into Homa Bay? There was not even a crowd to go and address, but he had to leave that place only after he had gotten into the Homa Bay CBD.
Now that's a new
And
perspective.
you also must also look at it this way. Gladys Wanga had put every stop, real, imagined, legal, illegal, moral, immoral, to stop him.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but this is actually...
No, it's laughable. So it has nothing to do with national politics. It has nothing to do with William Ruto. It is their battle for the Luo.
Are you trying
I want you also to see how passive was Sifuna in the whole thing and Rego.
You want to tell me of all the elders, sorry, not elders, but leaders we have in Luo Nyanza.
Yes.
Hapa kuna vita ya Babu Owino na Wanga, and I'm just thinking, but Babu is just a young guy. Embakasi East MP, Wanga is a whole governor of Homa Bay County.
By the way, their ages are very close, if you didn't know.
Actually, you're now telling me things I didn't know.
They are very close. Actually, that is the battle. And you see, in a region or in a country, getting people who are desperate for power to control over others, you don't get it in 10 people in a generation. You don't. Who would go through what I saw yesterday just to prove a point? Because when Babu was getting into Homa Bay at 7 minutes past 10 p.m., he was not getting there to address any crowd. He was getting in there to prove a point.
But he can go past Genoa's barriers?
Yes. And Gladys Wanga pulling every stop to stop these people from getting in there had nothing to do with what they were going to say or do.
So your feeling is that the way people are concerned that a repeat of what happened with Uhuru, he parted ways with the people who had supported him to power. At this point, you do not want to be quoted as saying whether or not anybody anticipates it. You've told us what kile ambacho umekula ndicho chako. That we have settled. But now again, when it comes to what His Excellency Ruto is doing, do you have a feeling he is doing it just because he's a leader who wants to develop the nation across, or he's doing it to impress people from that region?
From where I sit,
both of it, whichever way you're good with it, as long as development comes.
From where I sit, as early as President William Ruto was sworn in, and there were still darlings with his deputy, and the Mount Kenya was still fully behind him, he had started coming to Homa Bay. He had started coming to Luo Nyanza, talking and implementing development projects. And I remember Rigathi Gachagua saying that I parted ways with William Ruto when he started talking to Raila Odinga and the Luo. That is on record. So I want to believe that President William Ruto meant well to spread development throughout the country. And for an educated person and a person who thinks fairly and squarely, it is a good thing even for the economy of the whole country, including Central, Coast, and everywhere else. Because when you develop Migori, those manufacturers in Thika will get their goods there more cheaply, and they will get developed people as a market for their goods. That is how it is. But convergent thinkers see it as developing a people who are not supposed to be development. You know, in sessional paper number 10 of 1960, I think 4, there was a clause there that places that are not so productive should delay.
That was the northern frontier.
Yes, that was a makosa. That was a big mistake. Because when you are developing a region, you are creating a market for other regions also. And you never know what you will discover in those places in future. We had problems now when we finally discovered oil in Turkana, and there were no proper roads to take us there, and there were no proper road to transport the oil.
And they're still not there.
And God is not a bad God. God knows that if I make this arid, underground, I'll put for you something.
For sure.
Oil, some good water, some good minerals, and so